Hello and welcome, day 7 movement. Clock is on, let's get going. Okay, so starting Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, Utkatasana and the weight into your heels. Uttanasana. Yeah, so this is a good way in and then coming back out. Uttanasana, Utkatasana, Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana. Okay, arms up. Sit. Forwards. Sit. So, if you need a bit of a break, but you can do something, you can come back to here. Up. Tadasana. Otherwise, pose of the child for a total break. Yeah. And there we go, so that's like an A, and then sort of moving on to so you can come, so we'll move on to downward dog version. So just because I'm first into it, slippy hands, take a hold of the mat, don't take no for an answer. Give the shoulders time to get that length into them so it won't lift. Okay, one leg and then the other. Straight leg is in, hiya mate, it's an extra downward dog. Yeah. And then come forwards into your chaturanga. So remember, if it's a long armed one, slightly change my teaching on it. Get that protraction with the shoulder blades. If you're coming into the full one, then you roll your nose along the floor. And there's a forward movement in it. Collarbones wide. So it's okay that my tummy is kind of touching the floor, but it's working on the inside. And then initially back into downward dog. And again. And downward dog. And this time. So as you're coming up, you're already working the legs, the thighs are also taking you back. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Remember, if you're coming in from the long hand armed version, come down to the floor and up on the balls of the toes. Downward dog. 2 more cycles. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Walk your hands to your feet to your hands to your feet. Uttanasana. Active legs. Bend your knees. Utkatasana. Got the feet hip width apart. And I'm going to come up into Tadasana. Okay, Prasarita Padottanasana, which is easy for me to say, but we're going to go wide legged and then all the way forwards to whatever height you need. So coffee table, chair, bricks. And active legs, remember that sort of feeling. You're still working out to the outside edges. Yeah, but you still get that feeling like you could slide your feet back together. And hands to your hips, all the way out. And back in again. The whole of the pelvis moves. Hands to your hips. If you're doing a right then left, try and do a left then right. Just a wee rule of thumb. Prasarita Padottanasana. So really wide. Now, if you can keep your back straight, you can go further into this. Otherwise, you stay here and you work here. Keep lifting your tummy. Rolling your legs round, trying to get your knees could point forwards that way. Okay. So take your feet in slightly, right toes turn slightly in, front foot and leg all the way out, And come up and into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And on the same plane, lengthen, hand down, Utthita Parsvakonasana. So remember, you can't go to where you remember doing it at your best the last time. You still have to listen to what your body has to say about it this time. Open wide, cross the top shoulder, bring it across. And feet wide apart again, coming forwards the whole of the pelvis. Prasarita Padottanasana. So it is kind of like Uttanasana without wider legs. And come all the way out. Once more all the way in. If you're working to a raise, continue to work there. And if space opens up, you can go a little further. All without sacrificing the back. So no big bends to get there. Not until the last stages. So got to the floor, straight back. That instep to instep. Straight back. I'm starting to lose it, but I really want to work towards keeping it. Exhale. Elbows back behind you, drop the head. Active legs. Lift the shoulders away from the ears. And then hands forwards. Bring your feet in a little. And then bend your knees, hands to your hips, all the way out. Excellent. Have a belt close by. Wide apart for Prasarita Padottanasana again, with the blocks to one side. Pausing there, toes are forwards or slightly turned in. Okay. Left hand round the back, bring it on through. Up. Now. Try and find that openness. Elbow of the upper arm pointing straight up. Front ribs towards the back ribs. Back of the neck long. Yeah. But all of that openness, lifted, chin down and drawn back. Front ribs back. Yeah, working into the outside edges of the feet, the inner edges, the balls of the big toes. Active legs. And release. Keep your belt to one side, come forwards. Prasarita Padottanasana. So we'll not go to the full pose, but we'll go to wherever is developmental for you. With the straight back. There we go, and then feet slightly in to come up. Take your belt up with you, and then reset the distance. Opposite side. Whoops. There we go. Active legs, tailbone long. So you're trying to undo, pelvis is tilted forward, trying to bring it back to neutral, helps you lift here. Yeah. Draw your front ribs back towards your back ribs. Open across the front of the chest, top elbow, pointing straight up. And to one side, and come forwards. To the Uttanasana and stay low. We're going to come over to Virabhadrasana 2. Take the block. And actually come up and into Parsvakonasana. And up. And to the other side, we'll come down from above. That should balance those two out. Virabhadrasana 2. And then same plane. Whoops. And lift. And sweep down to come up. Step your feet together. Tadasana, and if you wish to go a little longer, you can do the same again. Click into one of the ones from last week's with the standing poses. Or if you want to finish but want a bit more, go to the menu, click on the seated meditation, and or Shavasana. Alright, so 10 minutes complete, end of week 1 complete, congratulations, and balance poses next week, standing balance. So, namaste. Thank you all. Cheers.